Top 3 cursed paranormal games you should never play. Creepy. As a disclaimer, I don't recommend doing these games. If you do so happen to play the game and end up summoning an entity into your home or are injured, I am not held responsible for any harm done. While Halloween isn't here just yet, all the spooky decorations, movies, and music has gotten me in the mood. Then again, when am I not in the mood for something creepy? To make a list of some of the scariest paranormal games I've ever heard of. Come with me on an adventure into madness, horror, and bad decisions. Fellow ghosties and ghouls, are you ready to spook yourselves silly? In this video, we shall explain the top cursed paranormal games you should never play. 1. The Midnight Game. I'm sure most of you horror lovers have heard of the infamous Midnight Man and his game, but it's just so damn creepy I have to list it here anyway. If you aren't familiar with the rules and purpose of this game, I'll tell you here. What comes to mind when you think of the Midnight Game? A game played in the dark? The creepypasta? Or maybe even the video game adaptation? While all of these are valid, the Midnight Game actually has roots as an ancient pagan ritual that was used as a form of punishment for those who disobeyed the gods. The game itself is pretty simple, but the ritual, summoning, is complex and not for those of you who can't see something to the end or follow rules closely. For those of you with a morbid curiosity, this is how you summon the Midnight Man and how to play his game. First things first. You need a candle holder, plenty of matches. You cannot substitute the matches for a lighter. A pen and paper, something to draw blood with, a wooden front door, and salt. Now that you have all your supplies, let's sort out what you'll be doing. Everything should be set up and ready before 12 a.m., as you won't have time to go back for everything you need once the game has begun. Do the following. Write your name on the paper with the pen. Prick yourself and put a drop of blood on the paper. Gather the rest of your supplies. Place the paper with your name and blood in front of the wooden door. Turn off all your lights, electronics, everything. Light your candle. Once it has reached 11:59, set your lit candle next to the paper and begin knocking on your door 22 times. Completing the 22nd knock as the clock strikes midnight. After the 22nd knock, open your door, blow out your candle, close your door, and immediately relight your candle. Begin moving all over the house. Don't stop moving. Keep doing this until 3:33 a.m. Like I said, the game itself is fairly simple, or so it seems. During the course of the game, be mindful of the following. Do not stay in one place for longer than a few seconds at most, or else he will catch you. Do not taunt the Midnight Man. If your candle goes out and you're unable to relight it within about 15 seconds, stop what you're doing, draw a circle of salt around you, and do not move until 3:33 a.m. Do not leave your house until the game has ended. Even if you aren't sure if the summoning worked, follow the rules until 3:33 a.m. just to be safe. Do not go to sleep during the game. Do not turn on any lights or electronics. Your candle is the only light source allowed. You'll know when he's near, as you'll feel panic, dread, hear voices, see movement out of the corner of your eye, hear knocks and thuds throughout the house, etc. Long story short, don't let him catch you. Some say he will make you hallucinate your greatest fear. Some say he will haunt you for the rest of your life. And others say he will rip out your organs one by one if he catches you. If you guys want to try this, you're nuts. 2. One Man Hide and Go Seek. This is another game that has deep roots in a ritual, necromancy to be exact. In this game, you summon a spirit into the body of a doll, who then plays hide and seek with you. Seems innocent enough, but think about it. If you're like me, you have a deep-set fear of dolls, mannequins, etc. This is like my worst nightmare. Anyway, enough about me. Let's get into how you summon this entity and what it's said to go down after you possibly ruined your life. To do this ritual, you need a doll, obviously, scissors or something else sharp, red thread and a needle, rice, hair and or nail clippings from yourself, salt water in a cup, a bathroom. There's going to be a fair amount of work for this ritual, so you've been warned. An important note, you must name the doll. This will not work if you have not named the doll. You cannot give the doll your name. Once you have everything, go into the bathroom and cut the doll open. Remove all the fluff and filling, then restuff it with the rice and clippings. Sew the doll back up with the red thread. Use any remaining thread to tie up the doll. Run a bath filled with water. Put the doll on the sink counter and go to your hiding spot. Place the cup of salt water and the sharp object on the floor of your hiding spot. Once the time reaches 3 a.m., you don't have to be in the same room as the doll for this. Tell the doll, insert your name here, is it? 3 times. Go into the bathroom, put the doll into the water-filled tub, then turn off all the lights in your house. After you've done that, go to your hiding spot, turn on your TV, close your eyes, count to 10, then pick up the sharp object and go back into the bathroom. The doll should still be there. Say to the doll, I found you, insert doll's name here. After you say this, you have to stab the doll with the sharp object. Place the doll back onto the counter and run back to your hiding place. Do not take the sharp object back after you stab the doll. Now that you're hiding in your hiding spot, remain silent. If anything happens to your TV, flickering, images turning itself off, that means the spirit or doll is near. After you've been hidden for a bit, you have to take half, or as much as you can, of the salt water into your mouth. Don't swallow it, just hold it in your mouth. Then go and search for the doll again. Make sure you bring the rest of the cup of salt water with you. Once you have found the doll, hopefully still in the bathroom, you have to pour the rest of the salt water onto it. Spit the water in your mouth onto it and tell it, I win, 3 times. This ends the game. Once the game has ended, dry the doll and burn it. If there are any remains of the doll left, put salt on it and discard it far away. Some things to keep in mind during the game. If you have your phone, keep it on Do Not Disturb and have the brightness at its lowest. Do not use your phone unless you need to call for help. Try and stay as calm and as silent as possible, especially if you think it's in the room with you. Try to keep all the doors unlocked in case you need to run away at any time. This is only an emergency resort. Try not to leave the house at any point during the game. Keep some natural salt with you, and line the door to the room you're in. Keep some religious tools with you if it makes you feel safer. Try not to hide in any places you could get stuck or cornered. And above all, use your common sense. Try to ask some friends or even neighbors to keep an eye out for anything suspicious while you're doing this game. Tell them a time to expect the lights to come back on, or what to do if they haven't heard from you for a while, etc. 3. Dry bones. This game is very similar to one-man hide-and-go-seek, except you're summoning a demon instead of a wandering spirit. This game also has a few elements of the Midnight game, so it's time to break out your matches and candle again. The summoning process for this one is freakishly simple. You begin by turning off all of your lights, lighting your candle, and going into your bathroom, or any room with a mirror, at 12:01 a.m. We're going to do a little Bloody Mary now. You're going to stare at your reflection until you can feel a presence in the mirror. Once you know there's something other than yourself in that mirror, you're going to do the dumbest thing known to mankind. You're going to tell the demon, I acknowledge your presence. I welcome you into my home for a game of hide and seek until 3 a.m. Come in now. After that last word has been spoken, you're going to grab your shit, hopefully there's none in your pants, and run. Try to be as quiet as possible while you find your hiding spot. It must be a good hiding spot as your very life and soul is on the line here. If this demon catches you, I picture your house would look like a real-life Doom level. You may want to have a Doom guy on speed dial. Anyway, if you miraculously do not get caught by 3 a.m., go to the biggest room in your house and announce that the game has now ended, and whatever monstrosity you brought into your home is no longer welcome here and must leave. You'll most likely hear the demon before it leaves, so don't jump when you hear something right behind you. I suppose I should mention why anyone would play this game. If you win, the demon will have to grant you a wish. Any realistic thing you want will be yours, material or otherwise. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Click the bell icon to subscribe to our channel so you can receive the latest update on our fantastic videos.